bought a boat. I did the thing I said I would never do. I always told my wife that we would never get a boat. I thought it was the dumbest financial decision that someone can make. But I grew up on the water, and now I have a son. I want him to grow up on the water as well. So I made the jump. I think I'm in an interesting position where I can share this entire process on YouTube so that someone that's never purchased a boat before or has no idea what it even costs to get out on the water can have an idea financially how big of a hit this is. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys. I'm going to let you know how much I'm paying for everything, and I'll just have a tally going video after video. So the important question, what is the amount of money, the bare bones amount of money to get me in the water with this boat? Number one, it's obviously the boat. The boat was $6,400 from Facebook Marketplace. The tax, tag, title, registration, title transfer, all that stuff was $1,098 for the boat and for the trailer. Both of those, and the fiberglass repairs are another $500. So you put all that together, and that is my cost to just get on the water legally and safely. Before I forget, a couple more things that I would add on to the critical list. One of them is a towing membership to either Towboat US or Sea Tow. I believe Towboat US is $175 a year. At least a month of storage wherever. If you keep it at your house, obviously you don't have to pay storage, but I don't have space to leave the boat in my house, so I gotta pay for storage here. It's about $295 a month. And then basic emergency equipment. That would be the life jackets that you need, the throwables that need to be on the boat, at least one VHF radio, a handheld VHF radio, worst case, and I would have, you know, basic flare gun, first aid, emergency equipment on board. So throw in $100 for that. You could probably, you know, get all that for $150. Other than that, everything else that we're going to be buying, adding, doing to this boat is just because we want to, because it's a project boat, and we're planning on having family on this boat. We're planning on doing some fishing on this boat. We're planning on bringing friends on this boat, and we want to try to make it as enjoyable as possible. And to be honest, I see a lot of things on this boat that I want to fix just because I want to fix it. At the end of the day, that's why you buy a boat. It's going to cost, you know, some money. It's not going to be cheap, but we're going to enjoy it. And when we go sell it, we're probably not going to recoup this money. We're doing this more than anything for the experience of it and the fun that we're going to have on the water. And that stuff, that's priceless. An important note, could I do these fiberglass repairs myself? Maybe. I could probably watch a couple of YouTube videos and figure it out. However, since these fiberglass repairs are below the rub rail and very close to the waterline, I would rather a professional do it. I would rather spend the $500 to know that it's being done by somebody that's done this before. They know what they're doing, and I don't have to worry about my repair falling apart. So basically, the extent of the fiberglass repairs is everything from the rub rail down that I think would over time become an issue. So this right here, you can see that there's exposed fiberglass there that would create like a water, you know, dimple over time. This is probably that's probably the worst one. That's one hit at some point. You know, the previous owner, he hit something, maybe like a dock or something, like right there in those two spots. Then you can actually see you see those cracks. I'm not really worried about the cracks because this is still, as fiberglass goes, it's still structurally sound. But this, that is exposed glass, and that is exposed glass. So all that needs to be redone. guy, which we looked at. A couple spots on this side. This little guy, exposed glass. This little guy right here, exposed glass. This is a pretty bad scratch. Again, exposed glass. Everywhere we have exposed fiberglass, we're going to attack. For the most part, the hull is in pretty good shape. See, this beam right here is actually broken. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but see how it's like, it's bent there? I mean, on the back, it's just basically completely snapped in half. You can see that. And it's actually so low that the boat is almost touching this wheel cover right here. I mean, it's inches. Maybe 1.5 inch separation there. And on this side, you can see this is the elevation that the boat is supposed to have. That one is bent. So that one needs to get changed out. I don't even think that's the correct thickness. I think it should be double that thickness, but you can see that bend there. Look at that. I mean, on this side, it's not even bent. It's just fully broken there. And the suspension is shot. Granted, the trailer rolls. You know, I pulled the trailer here without any major issues, but the lights don't work. Lights are something we're gonna have to address. And let me see if I can get a shot of the suspension here. Look at this suspension. That is bad in there. That's just horribly rusted. That is just unbelievably rusted. And those brakes, I'm sure they don't work. And this is a torsion suspension, which I would much rather leaf spring suspension. I think when I take this to get serviced, they're probably gonna tell me to replace the axle, because I don't know if they sell just that piece. So both of them are just shot, just absolutely cooked. The wheels also are cracked, they're dried out. This one's actually not in too bad condition. It's got good tread, but this guy, you can actually see see those cracks there. So this one's done for. This one's maybe recoverable. This one you can see cracks on the walls as well. This one also. So obviously dangerous to be driving on the road with this trailer. It will get from point A to point B, but that's probably going to be the one of the first items we address before we seriously start taking this boat anywhere. The boat itself will float regardless of what we do with the trailer, but we should get it serviced correctly. An important note, if you get these fenders, you don't want to blow them up as much as possible. You want the fender to have some give. So this is about where I want the 4 of them to be at. My recommendation, when you pick up fenders and lines, buy them in dark colors. Lines get dirty, fenders get dirty. Fenders and lines look disgusting when they're dirty. Buy them in dark colors.